안녕하세요. 도원초 5학년입니다. Okay, Enzo, nice to see you again. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, you're tall.
Yes.
Huh? Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Jang In-seo. I'm 12 years old. I go to Dawn Elementary School and in 5th grade.
Okay, that's nice. We're gonna talk about movies or stars. Huh? Who is your favorite star?
My favorite English star is Michael Jackson.
What is your favorite movie that you had been so far?
My favorite English movie is Life is Beautiful.
Wow, that's nice. The movie is very beautiful. How often do you go to watch a movie?
I don't watch a movie very often.
Who do you go out with to watch a movie?
With Taeyeon and my family.
Okay. Then are you ready to tell us your presentation now?
Yes.
Okay, ready, go.
I will talk about Robert and Clara Schumann. If you hear beautiful music, do you wonder who is the person who wrote this? What was his or her life like? This is the story about Robert and Clara Schumann. Robert was a composer. He composed music that people still enjoy today. Clara was a performer. It was said that she was one of the most famous pianists of her day. She was also a composer. They lived in what is now Germany. They lived, they fell in love, they made music, they married, and they died. But there is more to the story than that. Robert Schumann was born in 1810. He was the youngest of 5 children. As a boy, he loved books and music. His father wanted him to be a musician, but his mother wanted him to study law. Robert followed his mother's wishes and entered law school. In class, he was always thinking about music. So he left law school and began taking piano lessons from Frederick Wieck. Wieck was the father of famous pianist Clara. Clara was a rising star. At the age of 15, she performed all over Europe. The Austrian emperor honored her with a big award. Clara was 11 years old when Robert, aged 20, came to live with her family. Robert wrote, "What a creature Clara is. She tongued more cleverly than any of us. She is full of whims and fancies, laughter and tears, death and life." At the end of the beginning, Robert saw that Clara was as passionate as he was. Clara, meanwhile, fell secretly in love with Robert. She wrote in her diary, "Oh, I love no one as I love him." When he composed a new piece of music, she was the first to play it. Robert wrote a sonata in F minor and dedicated it to her. One night, Clara is given a tour. She and Robert found themselves alone together. They kissed. Clara and Robert fell in love. When Mr. Wieck learned this, he was very angry. He knew that Robert often depressed, and he don't have much money. He feared that if Clara married Robert, she would be unhappy and poor. He told Clara she could never see Robert again, and he told Robert he would shoot him. But Clara and Robert loved each other too much never to speak again. They wrote a letter in each other's code. Their friends delivered the letter secretly. In Clara and Robert, music was like a secret language. Robert wrote a fantasy in C major and wrote it to her. Robert after wrote to Clara, "I am passionate for the first movement. It was a profound limit about you. You can only understand fantasy only if you transport yourself back to the unhappy summer of 1836 when I have to give you up. The law said women could marry 21 without their father's permission. Clara is not yet 21 and her father refused to give her permission. Clara and Robert requested a special approval for the court. The court consented. One day before Clara's 21st birthday, she and Robert wed. In that year, Robert wrote more than 140 songs. Many of them were love songs written for Clara. Clara continued composing music, but not as often. The publisher adored her performances, but they thought the woman composer strange. Sometimes, Clara and Robert wrote music together and published it under his name. In that year, Robert tried more than many songs. After songs, he tried symphonies. After symphonies, he tried chamber music. Robert wrote, "I'm tempted to smash my piano as it's becoming too narrow to contain my ideas." At this time, not many people knew Robert's music. Once, Clara and Robert go to a concert tour in Russia. Someone asked him, "Are you a musician too?" Robert was hurt that people knew about his wife, but not about him. Also, Robert suffered from a disease as known today as bipolar disorder. This disease made him nervous, sad, and afraid. As the year passed, Robert's disease worsened. One day, he threw himself into a river. He tried to kill himself, but he was rescued by a boatman. After 2 years, Robert go to a hospital for mentally ill and died there 2 years later. He was 36 years old. Clara lived a long time after Robert died. He performed and taught music and introduced many people to Robert's work. On her deathbed, he set her grandson to play one of her husband's most romantic songs. It was the last music he ever heard. You can hear Robert and Clara's music. If you do, listen closely for the feelings of the music: love, longing, joy, and sadness. Remember the story and you will know where the feelings came from. Thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day.